Let's talk about how to structure your AI agency just to lay the foundations. So essentially, I want you to see your business or agency as a cash machine. So there's going to be inputs and outputs. There's going to be something that you put in and something you're going to get out of it. And inputs can be time, money, and effort, whereas the outputs is usually cash if you want to run a business. And this is the machine that is going to convert the inputs into the output. So you can determine how good your business is based on how much input you're putting in and how much you're getting out. If the output is significantly higher than the input, you have a really good business. And if your output is lower than the input, it means your business sucks. You need to do something else. All right, so inputs can be time, money, and effort. So in the early stages of the business, if you're just starting out, time is going to be the biggest factor. So this arrow is going to look a lot bigger, and you're probably going to put in a lot of effort to, more than money. If you don't have investments. But if you have money, well enough. Initially, you're going to input a lot of time and effort to create the business, and then you're going to get cash, which is going to feed back into the money. So the more cash you have, the less time and effort you're going to have to spend to keep the machine going. So ultimately, if you have enough cash, you're able to automate everything. You can take your hands completely off by investing zero time and zero effort and have your business still grow. But that doesn't happen until very long. So you're still going to have to put time and effort for a long period of time before your business is fully automatic. This is just a very simplified version of the machine. This is pretty much all there is. You're going to have to create value and you're going to have to market, which means you're going to have to let people know that you can provide this value, and you have to collect the payment, which is sales. You're going to have to get the people to pay you in hopes that you will provide the value, and then you deliver that value. Once you deliver and you deliver more than what you promised and you make your clients happy, they're going to give you testimonials, which is going to make your life so much easier and add into the input. So it's going to reduce the effort you're going to have to take to get clients. So this is why you need to make sure you have a solid product that is providing value. Once you provide enough value, it's just going to be people that are marketing your services. You don't even have to spend a lot of money and time. People are going to automatically market. If you have a really good product, it's going to sell itself. If you're really good at marketing and creating doing sales, you're going to have a lot of cash come in. But if you provide shitty services, it's going to take negative points from it. So you're going to have to make up with time and money if you have a bad product. That is why I highly recommend you start with a great product and then figure out how to market it and sell them effectively. That's the machine. So once you have a solid product, once you have enough cash flow coming in, there's going to be very minimal time, and your outputs are going to feed back into the input, and which is going to keep feeding the machine. The machine's going to grow, and you're going to spend less and less time and effort, and then the business is just going to work on autopilot. So that's the ideal goal here. So that's why I love businesses, because if you're doing a job, your outputs are directly tied into your time. So the more time you spend, the more output you get, which is a bad model. But if you're able to create a machine that grows by itself, you're going to get more output per input, which means your income is not tied to your time, which gives you an opportunity to make lots and lots of money. That's how your business is going to work as a cash machine. Let's talk about the agency structure, how you're going to have to structure. I have a very simple straight line structure here, showing you what are the steps in having a good agency, because this is something that I wish people taught me when I was getting into it, because people were talking about do this, do that, but I didn't know, like there wasn't any proper structure that I could understand. So I just wanted to simplify that for you. So first and most important step is to collect leads. You're going to have to, if you need to run a business, you need to collect leads. Leads are basically phone numbers and emails that you can get from other sources so that you can contact them via SMS, email, phone calls, so that they can potentially become your customers in the future. So first step for that is to collect leads. Once you collect those leads, you need to nurture them. Nurture them is, like I said, you're sending them emails or SMS or phone calls to essentially get them interested in what you have to sell, so that you can move to the next step, which is book appointments with them. So once you get them interested in your offer or what value you're going to provide to them, you're going to have to get them to book an appointment with you, because that's when you'll jump on a sales call and understand what the problem the prospect is facing and explain to them and help them understand how your solution can solve their problem. And if you're good at sales, what you're essentially doing here is convincing the prospect the value they're going to get is significantly higher than what they're going to pay. So what they're going to sacrifice is super low, and what they're going to get is really valuable. Once you're able to convince that effectively, they won't have any problem paying you. That's when you collect payment. Once you collect the payment, they're your customer. But the job is not done. You need to have proper onboarding. Onboarding is where you set those guidelines and expectations. So once you set them and collect all the documents you need for onboarding, you move on to service delivery, where you actually provide the value that you promised on the sales call. And here's where you get a chance to over deliver, provide more than what you promised on the sales call. So they are incredibly happy and they will give you a testimonial. So once they give you the testimonials, they're really powerful. You can use those testimonials on your ads, which are the best working type of ads or testimonial ads. You can use that on your VSL. You can use that on your website, showing social proof to other people that you are able to deliver what you promised, and you are also able to deliver more than what you promised, and also have proper customer support going on. So that is like a simplified structure of an agency. Now, like I talked about in the last video, there is so much to it, but you don't have to know everything in the beginning. All you have to know for now is how to set up the proper structure and literally just focus on the first step. Focus on collecting leads. Even if you have 100 leads, then you can work with them, get some experience on how to work those leads, nurture those leads, and book appointments. So first focus on collecting leads, try to book them into appointments, sales call, and just your goal should be to jump on your first sales call. That's it. Like not even close them, but just like jump on this first sales call. Now what's going to help you here is if you're tracking all these, which is incredibly boring and I hate to do it, but it is very, very important because tracking shows you exactly where you need to improve. If you're able to collect 1,000 leads and you're able to only book let's say 10 appointments, that's a very low conversion rate here. Something is wrong. Your nurture needs to be better, or your lead quality needs to be better. So just track everything so you know where you can improve. So if you're collecting 100 leads and you're booking 50 appointments, that's a very good conversion rate. But you're able to close only one call out of 50 appointments. That means your sales process needs to improve. You should either focus on hiring a talented sales guy, or you should probably get better at sales. There's so much resources available on YouTube, and there's also community members you can ask. Now, once you convert them into a customer, you should also calculate your churn rate. So how many people are leaving from being your customer? How many people are churning out every single month? If that number is super high, it probably means you need to fix your service delivery, customer support, and onboarding to provide a better service. So just make sure to track. In the early stages, you can just track with an Excel sheet, but what would help is tracking through the CRM, which we'll cover in the tools needed. See, if you're using a CRM, it should most often all CRMs track everything from the start to end, and you can also set up automations on the CRM to track things. I'm going to leave you with that. So that's the agency structure. In the next video, we're going to talk about the entire tech stack or the tool stack that you're going to need to build a successful agency. I'll see you in the next one.